Hey, my name's Danko Jones, and you are watching Favorites on Live in Limbo. Favorite method of discovering new music and artists? Well, I still read magazines, whether people do or not. I mean, I read Terrorizer and Classic Rock and Mojo and all that. So most from UK press and blogs as well, Quietus and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much where I get. And if a friend of mine hips me to a band, Body Bags, one of our songs, or Twisting Knife, one of the new ones, because, they're obviously new for us as well. So we always like to play those the best. I honestly cannot describe that. We've played lots of shows. There's lots of interaction at every show with the crowd. So it happens every night. Too numerous to actually name. Sorry. Probably listen to music. It's pretty much my go-to on any kind of emotion. So probably listen to an album. My favorite album that's new, that's been released this year, is the Abbott record that's out on Season of Mist, the new Abbott record. So I guess it's a solo album of his, but that album really, really crushes. So I'm really listening to that a lot. Try not to be a dick. And if you are, it's like, well, try to apologize. If you can't apologize, move on. There's a few venues we've enjoyed playing at over the years. I know I'm going to miss one, but obviously for me, the first one that comes to mind is the AB in Brussels in Belgium. That's one of my favorite places. KB in Malmo, Sweden's also a good one. Rockefeller in Oslo is a great venue. Oh, geez. I know I'm going to forget a couple. They're going to slip my mind. Anyways, those are the first ones that come to mind. So, musical instrument or object. I'm really not a gearhead. I know it's almost a requirement in this field. Most people who play music for a living have a treasured musical instrument, but I use them as what they really are, which are just tools. To me, a guitar is no different than a hammer or a screwdriver or a wrench. It's a means to an end, and the end is the song. So, I like playing guitar, other guitars over others, obviously. But I don't have a treasured item, like a musical instrument item. I have treasured records, but even those I could dispense with. I really don't hold too much weight on them. Opening up for the Stones in '02, that was a big one because the Stones are one of my favorite bands, and we were main support, so that was a cool gig. Playing Olympic Stadium in Moscow, main support for Guns N' Roses in 2010 was cool because it was Axl's first time in Russia and our first time in Russia. So we shared that together. Probably singing Killed by Death with Motorhead over like close to 20 times over the years. Every single time was real. It was amazing. Yeah, and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I can think of a few more, but those are the first ones that come to mind. That's a new question. I think I'll be asked that more and more in the days to come. It's my favorite Twitterer. Because I am on both quite often. Twitter is a little harder. There's more people on Twitter. But Instagram is more immediate, I think. more impressionable. I really don't know, but I just tweeted Juan Croce from Rat, bass player from Rat, and he just tweeted me back 15 minutes ago. So that was a nice exchange we just had. And then yesterday, Dave Carlo from Razor just sent me a very nice tweet just out of the blue. So, it happens every now and then. But I don't know if I have a favorite one. I like certain graphic artists like Juan Montoya from X of Torch and Monstro. He has a great Instagram account called Montoya Black Magic. And it's from there that I actually bought some of his art. So stuff like that. I've actually done that with a couple other people too. So yeah, there's a couple that I've reached out to get art from via Instagram. Those are probably my more favorite ones. I don't really have too many hobbies. I like to buy records, and I like to work on my podcast. That keeps me pretty busy, and sometimes I get asked to write articles. I have 2 columns in magazines over in Europe, one for Rock Zone in Spain and one for Close Up in Sweden. But those are monthlies, so it frees me up. I do the podcast twice a month, and and then occasionally a magazine will ask me to write an article or a column. I'll do that. So writing, I guess, working on my podcast, which has a lot of writing involved in it as well, and buying records, I guess.